What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're going to jump in and break down the key changes and a general preview for the Into the Light update on the whole. And of course, Into the Light is a free content drop which is launching on April 9th, so it's available for all players, and Bungie are trying to get players back on board before the launch of the final shape. So immediately at the launch of Into the Light, Bungie will also do a reveal for the final shape where we get some new gameplay. But of course, Into the Light itself comes with a new game mode, a returning arsenal of weapons, as well as a new armor set, social space, and that includes additional rewards. There are also secrets like the return of Grimoire in some capacity, and returning exotic missions, as well as PvP maps, sandbox changes, and a bunch of other stuff. So we're going to try and be concise but informative when it comes to the updates dropping next week. If you want a quick preview, hopefully the video will help you out, and if it does, be sure to get subscribed for more Destiny content. But now, let's get into it. One light mention initially, but Bungie have said alongside the update they'll be dropping a name change token for Bungie.net. So of course Bungie names have limited amounts of changes, so if you've been wanting to change your current name for a while and can't, we'll get an additional token when it launches. So look out for that. But one of the other big updates is character recustomization, and Bungie are going to allow us to modify our characters much like we did during the character creation process. It basically opens up that creation menu, allowing us to go back in and edit what we have at the moment. Bungie have added this will come without cost or a limit to the number of changes. They do say though that while we can change the body type, face, hair, head, and markings, it won't be possible to change from one origin to another, so going from human to exo for example. That won't be possible, but otherwise, everything we have at the moment will be editable. Up next though, another interesting aspect, but it looks like there'll be a few secrets in Into the Light. Most likely a handful of them will actually be in the new social hub, but one thing we did spot in one of the reveals is a potential return of Grimoire in some capacity. I'm not sure if this will simply be an Easter egg, perhaps with a small reward, or whether it's going to be closer to lore cards that we got in Destiny 1, but there will be some interactable nodes in the new social space, and potentially in other areas as well. So we'll have to see exactly what that means, but an interesting element right there. Next up though, we are getting a new game mode which is called Onslaught, and this is a new Horde mode. So it's a wave-based activity where we need to defend the last city with 3 players against the Witness's forces, and the mission is to defend the advanced defense unit from attacking enemy waves and to make our way onto a pyramid ship to defeat bosses. If at any point the ADU is destroyed, then the match will end, and defending each location will consist of 10 total waves, with the first 9 waves divided into 3 wave rounds, and the 10th wave ultimately culminating in a boss fight aboard a pyramid ship. And for each boss fight, a chest will drop and we'll be able to claim earned rewards. But of course, we're also able to purchase and upgrade defenses to help us along the way, and these are things like trip mines, decoys, and turrets, which Bungie showed off in their live stream. And to build and upgrade these, we'll need to earn a currency called Scrap, which will drop during the game mode itself. But also dropping during waves will be ADU batteries, and these will actually return health to the ADU, helping us keep it alive. Plus, throughout the game mode, there'll be bonus objectives that help drop extra currencies. And Bungie have said the ritual playlist version of Onslaught will have us battling through 10 waves to defend a single location, while the standard and legend versions will feature 50 total waves across a total of 3 locations. And they do say the higher tiers of this will include more difficulty, champions, weekly modifiers, and of course, additional rewards. So give us your thoughts on Onslaught. I'm looking forward to playing it, of course. The proof will be in actually being able to play the thing, but it looks somewhat interesting, and the rewards are pretty juicy as well. One of the key rewards, of course, being weapons from the Brave Arsenal. So these are returning weapons, a whole bunch of PvP things like Luna's Howl, Mountaintop, and Recluse, but also the Hammerhead machine gun from back in Black Armory, Midnight Coup from the Leviathan raid, and even an updated legendary Stranger's Rifle. So as we've seen, some pretty juicy stuff there. We'll earn drops of these weapons in Onslaught, but also we can earn them with currency and via engrams and chests inside of the new social hub. And Bungie have said the first 6 weapons will be available during week 1, with the remaining 6 being added by April 30th. These weapons will also come with limited edition variants, which drop with a special skin and the ability to roll 2 traits. And by completing our side's quests, we'll be able to get a guaranteed curated limited edition version of each weapon that come with some pretty juicy perk combos. But also Bungie have said that weapon drop rates in Into the Light will be among the highest in Destiny's history, even harkening back to the days of Season of Opulence, and we'll be able to attune to a specific weapon as well, which will grant it greatly increased chances of drop-in from Onslaught chests. So they're going to be very farmable weapons, plenty of them drop-in, so of course lots of opportunities to get god rolls. Additionally though, another reward is the new armor set for Into the Light. This is inspired by the vanilla Destiny 2 armor sets, and Bungie have said by playing Onslaught and completing bounties, we'll complete ranks and earn trophies Species of Bravery, and this will serve to unlock the special armor set, and each class will have its own group of chests in the new social space, which can be unlocked to get a curated roll of each armor piece. So let us know if you're interested to pick that armor up. Another component of the April update in general though includes sandbox changes, and so looking at exotics, Bungie have said that for Whisper of the Worm, which is returning, they're increasing the total ammunition from 18 to 24, and that's before reserves mods are applied. Plus for the 1000 voices, they're increasing the total ammunition from 7 to 11. So some ammo changes for those weapons, and then for Quicksilver Storm, Bungie have said that they believe it is too strong at the moment, and so they're increasing shots to trigger rockets by 50%, and they've also reduced the grenade's area of effect damage versus combatants by 37.5%. So that one's certainly taking a bit of a hit. Give us your thoughts about it, but then for the last word, they're increasing base damage by 6%, plus the Forerunner will see an increase of base damage by 6% as well. Then looking at perks that are coming back on some of the returning weapons, for the Master of Arms perk on Recluse, they're reducing the damage bonus from 20% to 15%, and for Magnificent Howl, they've said that the number of precision final blows before reloading will affect the total rounds granted that get increased range and damage, and precision final blows while Magnificent Howl is active will extend the effect for additional rounds. So it requires more setting up to benefit from that bonus. And finally, for Micro Missile on the mountaintop, they've redesigned the perk to be a weapon intrinsic, and they've rebuilt it to do less direct damage versus players, while giving it dramatically more self-physics impulse. But additionally, they've retuned its PvE damage to be competitive with other breech-loaded grenade launchers, and they've granted it a slightly increased reload speed. So that affects the returning PvP weapons, but finally, for general legendary weapons and breech-loaded grenade launchers, Bungie say they're buffing them roughly by 15% damage, but at the same time they're reducing the disorienting grenades effect by around 15%. But for lightweight bows, they're increasing their base damage by 6%, while reducing damage for precision auto rifles by around 5%. Plus, precision hand cannons will see an increased base damage of 6%, then for adaptives, they're increasing body shot damage by 1% and critical damage by 4%, and that will allow them to 3-tap consistently. But for pulse rifles, they're increasing forgiveness and allowing 8 critical hits to kill low resilience guardians, so for rapid fire frames, body shot damage increases by 3.5% and critical hit damage moves by 1%. For lightweight pulse rifles, they're increasing body shot damage by 6% and critical hit damage by 3%. And finally for adaptives, body shot damage goes up by 5%, with critical hit damage increasing by 2%. So a handful of weapon changes dropping in the update alongside Into the Light, and let us know any that stand out to you. But for some other elements of the update here, firstly, of course, Whisper of the Worm is returning, and that comes with the Whisper mission, so this is now a craftable weapon. And Bungie have said the reserves for the ammo will go from 18 to 24, but on top of that, Whisper will have new traits like Mulligan, No Distractions, and Enlightened Action. Plus we'll be able to earn intrinsic upgrades by completing weekly quests inside of the Whisper mission. So craftable Whisper will certainly be interesting. Plus there'll be additional drops inside of that mission, such as the exotic ship, which Bungie say has been updated. So Whisper will drop on April 9th, but additionally we'll see the return of 0 Hour and of course the Outbreak Perfected. This is going to drop on May 7th, and the parameters for the weapon are pretty similar to Whisper. Intrinsic upgrades will unlock week over week, but Outbreak will be able to be crafted with Outlaw, Rapid Hit, Rewind rounds, and Headseeker. Plus, if players already have the Catalyst unlocked, we'll be able to apply that to the crafted weapon immediately, but Bungie have said additionally, the Catalysts can be earned in the updated missions for players picking the weapons up for the first time. So very much looking forward to those guys. Give us your thoughts below. Which weapon are you most excited for, and which mission are you most excited to head back into? But the final major aspect for this update, also dropping on May 7th, includes 3 new PvP maps. So as Bungie showed off, we've got a new Europa PvP map, plus there's one on Neomuna and another on a pyramid ship, which is sort of Root of Nightmares themed. So new PvP real estate is finally coming to the game, and Bungie will wait these maps to appear very commonly when they initially launch. So guys, it's a fairly significant update overall. The key dates to remember are April 9th for the launch of Into the Light, and then May 7th for the launch of additional elements like the PvP maps and the 0 Hour mission. Otherwise, hopefully, that'll be enough to keep us rather busy up until the final shape, and in this period we'll also be getting a lot of information about the expansion itself. So let us know what you're excited for. If you've enjoyed the video today though, a rating really helps us out. Plus, get subscribed and I'll keep you up to date with more Destiny content. But otherwise, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.